What what the F happened last week, folks? What happened? You know why we're here. We're going to be making picks for week 8 of the NFL season. And oh my gosh, week 7 was one to forget. An absolute crappy week. I mean, it was garbage, full of awful ref ball, full of awful play by some good teams. This was just a week that no one can predict this week. No one could predict it. It's the most unpredictable week in all of football. That's just a fact. I don't know. A couple things to highlight. I mean, the Lions got stomped beyond belief. I mean, that's just how they do. Um, Brian Hoyer's awful. So the Bears with a backup quarterback who's taking Justin Fields' job is just told you, be on the lookout for Tyson Bagent. I told you, he's the GOAT. The Browns barely won thanks to the refs giving them a victory. The Bills literally cannot beat a bad team. They can't do it. They're awful against bad teams. They're really bad against bad teams. I don't know what to tell you. It's just what it is. They're looking fraudulent, like they do every year. They always look fraudulent like this, though. So, and then they never, make it to the Super Bowl. So let's just see what if that matters this year. Um, Commanders below. I mean, I knew they blew, but the Giants blew more. Apparently not. Saquon is the factor, though. That is the thing. Saquon is the difference in that game. If no Saquon, I don't know if the Giants score a single point. So, um, Rams got screwed on a terrible spot. It wasn't overturned automatically for some reason. I don't know. That's the thing that annoys me too. They've got the expedited review that exists, and they use it on many games, but it's incredibly unfair because in this sense, the refs completely got the spot wrong. And this is the game. I mean, this is the game deciding. It's 4th and 1 on a QB sneak that Kenny Pickett is short on by a lot, half a yard short. And they don't do an expedited replay, and they just keep the original spot, and he gets a first down, and that ends the game. You gotta give him a chance. Why do we expedite a replay random catches in the second quarter, but we can't do it right in the fourth quarter with 2.5 minutes left? I don't know. Hard to say. Yeah, the Packers blow chunks too. Screw them. I hate them. I hate them with all my life. So I'm never gonna pick them again. Let's get into week 8. Hopefully things are a little more normal this week. Starting off with Thursday, sneaking it in right before this game. By normal, I'm talking about the Bills winning. We're going to get back to winning. This is a game that a Bucks team that isn't great this year, that the Bills probably have a decent chance of losing because it's the Bills. It's in Buffalo. I'm going to give it to the Bills, though. They have to win this one. If they don't win this one, this team's just a fraudulent piece of garbage. I hate them. They're awful. So they need to win this one for my sake. Otherwise, I'll hate them, and they don't want me to do that. Then we get into a nice full slate of games, which is fantastic. We got Texans Panthers. Now, Texans hurt hard by injuries. Panthers too. The Panthers are not going to be going winless this season. This is a good game for them to win. Now, am I going to pick them here? I'm not. I should, but I'm not. I'm going to go with an offense that's been rolling. They've been doing pretty good things. C.J. Stroud's been consistent. Tank Dell's going to be back this game too, which was a great connection that he had with Stroud. I like it a lot. The second battle of the rookies, I think both of them are going to go Stroud's way here. Yeah, I don't know. Rams, Cowboys. I do like the Rams. They just really don't have a running back right now. If Kyren Williams is playing, I think there's a different story to be told here. But I think the Cowboys will just dominate with Tony Pollard on the ground. Dak really doesn't need to do much anymore, which is really the way they want to play with him. He, in my opinion, and I think he's proven it, he's not that guy that's going to go out there and necessarily win you the game. They just need to be a game manager similar to like a Brock Purdy with the 49ers. Fantastic offensive line, very good defense. You just need a game manager back there who won't turn the ball over, give your defense short fields, and you need a decent run game. And Pollard really does that. Then we're going to go Vikings, Packers. I'm going to pick the Vikings, just hoping that means the Packers win. Vikings looked incredible last week. Incredible. They've looked arguably way better than their record states. Without Justin Jefferson, Kirk is a stud, and he's still been a stud. Underrated, always been the most underrated guy in the league, continues to be. Hard not to like the guy. Saints, Colts. Tough game. This one I hate picking. I just hate picking it. They're very similar teams, honestly. They really are. Now, Gardner Minshew, he's okay. Derek Carr, he's okay. Okay, he's both mid guys, middle of the road. Kamara's going to be a great factor. Jonathan Taylor's looking really good back now for the Colts. The Saints defense, probably better than the Colts, but I'm still going to give it to the Colts because I think offensively they're better. I'm giving it to Indy. Let's just do it. Patriots, Dolphins. This one, if it's in Foxborough, I'm going to give it to the Patriots. It is not. Sorry. They already lost their matchup in Foxborough. I'm going to give this to the Dolphins. They need a rebound. They really do. The Patriots have a little momentum behind them. They got a little momentum beating Buffalo, but again, I kind of blame Buffalo for that and, Josh Allen throwing to the other team. Then we've got the Jets against the Giants, probably again with Tyrod Taylor, or Tyrod. I forget how he changed his name many times, where he said people have pronounced it wrong, but I'm saying Tyrod because it's always been Tyrod, no matter what he wants to say. Tyrod Taylor. Jets, better defense. It's still a home game for either team. I mean, they're both in MetLife, so this is the Jets' game to lose at this point for me. Brees is going to do great things, in my opinion. Zach Wilson's not going to have to do much, I don't think. I don't think he needs to. Similar story. He just needs to manage the game and not give up the ball. That's all he's got to do. Jags, Steelers. I want to pick the Jags here. I'm going to do it. Just because I hate the Steelers, I don't want to see them win. I think they're not as good as their record of 4-2 might state. The offense is horrific. It still is. It's bad. The defense is the only thing keeping them in these games and winning these games. And that does hurt because the Jags have been inconsistent, but I'm hoping they play really well on the road, and I'm hoping they're able to do it here. Falcons, Titans. I got to go Falcons. I mean, I think the Falcons are kind of butt cheeks. I don't think they're a good team. But the Titans are going to be starting with Levis. The man, is that a bug on the, what the freak is that, a spider? What is going on here? They're everywhere in this room. I'm going to ignore him. He's on the wall. He's not near me. So no reason to freak out, folks. You got a man putting mayo in his coffee. He's not going to win the game, okay? It's a sloppy, disgusting divisional game. Going to be won by 3 points or less, probably. Probably a Younghoe Koo field goal. I mean, that's just how it is. He's the only reason the Falcons have won any games in the last years, by the way. Last several years. It's Younghoe Koo. The team sucks. Eagles, Commanders. The Commanders almost won last matchup. Probably should have won last matchup. It's hard really tough to say that these Eagles are going to be 7-1, but the Commanders just were nothing last week. The offense doesn't exist. Sam Howell's terrible. Not a good quarterback. He's just not. Yeah, gonna go with the Eagles. I just have to. Browns, Seahawks. Again, it's gonna be P.J. Walker playing here, which is a factor, and it is in Seattle. It's a factor. The Browns D, I believe in quite a bit. They're missing Jerome Ford this week probably, so that's going to hurt. But yeah, I think it's the next man up mentality. Kareem Hunt's actually been doing pretty decent for him. He's a touchdown fiend. He just steals the touchdowns. That's what he did previously, and he's doing it again. I'm going to go with the Browns here. I just think defensively, Geno is going to be in a lot of pressure all night, under a lot of pressure. Ravens, Cardinals with the potential of Kyler Murray coming back. I'm still going to give it to the Ravens because if Kyler comes back, he hasn't played in a year, okay? It's going to be tough to come back all of a sudden. He might not play, and if Josh Dobbs plays, well, the Ravens are a better team. They're finally playing good. They've got a good record despite playing like trash the first 4 or 5 games of the year. And they finally, since London, they've stepped it up, so good for them. This is too many away teams. This is a terrible pick. This is a terrible picking by me because I'm about to pick another away team in the Chiefs. This isn't possible. Home teams are going to win 50%. I mean, they're gonna. Okay, Chiefs obviously over Broncos, no doubt. 49ers over the Bengals. Oh, fudge. I I want to pick the Bengals here. I'm going to pick the Bengals. What am I doing? I'm picking too many away teams. I'm going to pick the Bengals, and I'm going to pick the Chargers there, and I'm going to pick the Lions at home to wrap it up. They're going to step up against Brian Hoyer. I don't know if Jimmy G, he might play, but even so, it's the Lions game to lose. The Chargers, not really much to say there. They're going to win. I got to pick the Bengals because they're heating up. The 49ers have looked very human the last couple games. They're on a bad streak. Brock Purdy not looking fantastic as of late. And I think the Bengals, they heat up middle of the season to late. This is the time they need to heat up, and I think they're going to. It's wild because, again, it's a team I'm not shocked. I mean, there's no way, in my opinion, the Bengals don't get 12 wins this year. I'd be shocked, which means they can only lose 2 more games, so they have to win this one. Wow, this is too many. I probably need to switch the Steelers here. I probably do, but I'm not going to. These are my picks. Let's see how I do. I love you folks. Bye.